So here's what I was talking about. Like these show up here, and if you click on these, it'll take you straight to the map. That's actually really nice. I like that.
Well, there goes nothing.
Hey everybody, welcome back to our very first Starsector playthrough, completely blind going in, no goals other than to learn the game enough to make some goals for ourselves, to keep it challenging, right? I mean, I'm definitely learning. It's a slow process. That's what happens when you're my age, you know. Your bones start to calcify and your brain gets slow. So anyway, guys, thank you all so much for the continued support of the series. You guys have been amazing. It's been really fun. I've also been having a lot of fun with my new Kenshi series. That's been absolutely cool. If you haven't played Kenshi and you like this game, you might actually like it. I would suggest checking it out if you get a chance. By the way, if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe if you're a fan of Awesome Sauce. We do it every single day. Anyway, guys, dude, I'm so excited because I was actually I was spending a little bit of time off camera kind of playing around with ship builds. So I made my first mod, right? I like to actually make mods for games, but usually only to like kind of complement my playthrough or to make content for myself for a playthrough, which I'm very new to doing that. So yeah, I'm pretty new to modding. I mean, I used to mod games back in the day, like, but nothing with like modding kits, right? Like I used to basically edit games myself because I was always a programmer. So anyway, long story short, I like modding. It's been fun, and I've been doing a lot of it in Kenshi and working with the modding community lately, and that's been a blast. And the guys are super cool. And I made my first mod for Starsector, and that was interesting. It was very simple, of course. It only took a few minutes, and it was Java code, and I've written Java code for many, many years, so it was very easy for me and very quick. And all it was adding a ship, right? It's super simple. Like there's a template in there. You basically go in, grab a line of code, copy it, paste it, and add a ship to the fleet. And the reason I did it was for missions, right? I wish I could show you. Maybe I should have done that, but in retrospect, yeah, I'd like to have shown it so that you guys knew what I was talking about. So I'm not just talking to an empty screen, moving my mouse around. Anyway, all I really did was I basically made it so that I could add another ship to a mission, right? Which was the Shrike, because I wanted to play around with the Shrike's loadout. So I added a Shrike to one of the missions. I went to that mission, and then what you can do is now you have unlimited weapons available, right? So I could play with loadouts, and I basically went with the default loadout, and then I tried the loadouts that were suggested in the comments. Absolutely fantastic suggestions, by the way. There was even, the primary build that I sort of played around with, which was really nice, was having no point defense weapons at all and just having really heavy frontal weapons and knocking out shields really fast. And I was actually able to destroy some hammerhead destroyers 1v1 doing that, which is a significantly stronger enemy. But I couldn't do it with all of them, right? Any of the missile builds, I would just get annihilated. So it wasn't a very well-balanced build, but it was amazing for punching through shields and knocking out enemies super fast. It was really cool. So anyway, I'll show you what build I ended up with. I wanted to pause on this screen real quick just so I could read this really quick. So we haven't done any of these missions yet. I want to do it. I want to see if we get some, since this guy's orange and he's hegemony, I want to see if we get any rep with hegemony, because I really want to work on our hegemony rep. And I actually want to join their military here to see what that's like, right? I don't know what happens when you do that. I don't want to know if it's the right decision. It may be a terrible decision. We're going to do it anyway. I'm still a little nervous to do it, but we're going to do it. So anyway, we're going to do this mission first, though. After a brief introduction, he wastes no time in getting to the point. This is in the bar, by the way. I didn't show you that. So I went down to the planet side bar. I've got 100 units of fuel that urgently need to be delivered to Ragnar Complex in the Valhalla star system. Recently, pirate activity has been making that difficult, but, you look like someone that could get the job done. Recall that the Ragnar Complex is under hegemony control and located in the Valhalla star system. Yes, because I literally just read that. Which is 5.9 light years away. Your fleet's fuel tanks are currently full. Yes, they are. I don't know if that means we can't take the fuel that he's about to give us, or maybe we can just drop off 100 fuel that we already have. I don't know. He double-checks something on his pad. The offer is 7,000 credits payable upon delivery within 70 days. Now, that's pretty junk money compared to what we have, but still, some of the salvaging stuff we're doing isn't worth that, so let's do it. Let's check it out. All right, you receive authorization codes to access dockside warehouse and contract your quartermaster with instructions to begin loading the cargo. We gained 100 fuel. So I imagine we have more fuel than we can carry at the moment. I kind of want to talk to this person too. Let's go ahead and leave the bar first. Now I want to take the shuttle back down and see if she's still there. She is. So the academic with the tripod is still there. That's good. All right, so let's go ahead and sell here. And we can get rid of the fuel that we don't need. And then by the time we get there... Yeah, by the time we get there, we should have... We should still have enough fuel, I believe, because it's only 5.9 light years away, right? One of the things we could do to check on that, I believe... Actually, I guess if we hit E... I do like that you can hit that E anywhere in any of the menus, too. It's kind of nice. Well, I shouldn't say in any of the menus. I think it's when I'm at sort of that base level, right? So when we're at this menu to interact with the planet, you know, all these things are available. It's kind of guiding us through this. I think this is just a dialogue to show you what's available. Like, we can hit this at any time, but we can just hit E right there. And then that was an important mission, right? And so now we can go here. Oh, actually, that wasn't working. All right, I screwed it up. Let's hit E again, go back here, and then... Where is this? Oh, it's right here. Cool. This was flashing, and it's kind of like... It's kind of messing me up, but I think that's good because now that I understand why that's flashing, that's because that's the system we're in, I'm pretty sure, guys. Looks like this is where we need to go. It's going to take 35 fuel, yeah, so that shouldn't be an issue. Unless, of course, we run into a heavy enemy force along the way, and we end up getting smoked. So, we'll see. Okay. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's drop that off, see if we get faction or rep with the hegemony. I'd like to continue to work on that. And let's see if we can do it without dying. So, before we take off, I'd like to kind of just show you guys what we've got now. So, I did buy a few more ships off cam. Well, actually, I only bought one more off cam. I just refitted this guy. So, let's go ahead and go to the fitting screen here. Take a look at it. Now, this is not the way I want it to be set up, okay? I practiced with a lot of different builds, fighting different ships. This is not the way I want this build to be, but this was the only way I could get it working at the station that we were at. And I did this all manually, right? So I just went in here. Of course, we're not in dry dock anymore, so these aren't showing up. But there wasn't, I would like to fit some different missiles on here. But you notice it's taken 10 OP instead of 1, right? And that was a suggestion to basically get a rocket pod or a missile pod instead of just a single missile. And that was, I had no idea that that was a thing. So I'm really thankful that you guys chimed in about that. Let's see. And also, the one thing that I wasn't doing is I was kind of getting rid of these mods to like free up points or whatever. The reason I needed to free up points is because we had tons of points into these vents and capacitors. Look at that, guys. You can just take points out of that. I had no idea you could do that. So that made a world of difference when I was playing with my builds, right? And so you can see that we're sitting at quite a bit less flux dissipation than we are the flux generated. Of course, it is counting these point defense lasers and the IR pulse lasers. So, but these aren't until you get in quite a bit closer, and then like once you're close, it's just like punching through. And so I could actually take these off, right? Like we could take these guys off, right click to get it off there, and I could just dump more points into flux dissipation, and that actually worked pretty good. But I ended up kind of liking this, having these pulse lasers on here. Now, is it optimal? I don't know. I don't think so. And I think we'll change it again once we can get a needler here. I really liked having the needler. It punches, like it actually does a ton of damage to shields really quickly. So I liked that quite a bit. And I would really like to have the sabos here, because the sabos are insane for punching through shields. Like they're limited to like 12 rounds or something, so that they don't go very far. But I think they're definitely better than these Annihilator rocket pods. Now, the rocket pod actually does just fine. I tested it out, and it does just fine. It just isn't quite as bursty, right? So you can, when you have a needler on here, you can really just punch through. When you have a needler in combination, I should say, with the Sabo rocket pod, you punch through shields like it's a joke. Like you just in one volley, essentially, you know, pretty close to one volley, like an equally classed ship. You just their shields are done, right? And they're essentially completely vulnerable at that point to getting their armor ripped through. But if you don't have a way to rip through their armor, which we didn't because we were using a needler and rocket pods, and I didn't have these IR pulse lasers, I couldn't rip through their armor, right? It would just be this slow process of going through their armor after you had their shields down. So I ended up kind of going with something that was more like a Sabo here, and then an anti-armor weapon, which I can't remember what it was now. I wish it would show you all of them, but they were blacked out, right? Like I wish it would show you everything that's available so you could kind of just browse so you'd know what could potentially be available. I guess that's a little bit OP though, because then you'd be able to see every weapon in the game, even if you've never encountered them. So maybe if it's weapons you've encountered, they would show up there. Like your engineers were familiar with those weapons or something, you know. I don't know. That would be kind of neat to see more options there even when they're not available. And maybe that's the case when you're a dry dock, actually. I don't think so, though. I think only the ones you can buy show up. Okay. So that's that guy. We got 2 PD lasers back here. Because I do like the PD lasers. I was finding that when, not all the time, but like maybe 50% of the fights when I would fight enemies that had engine disabling harpoons, that they would, because harpoon missiles are ones that kind of creep around and go and attack your engines, I believe. Unless I'm getting that wrong, it might be a different one. But there were missiles that I was encountering when I was fighting ships that would essentially just, so when I didn't have any PD lasers at all, and even when I only had 2 instead of 4, it would still happen sometimes, but very rarely. The missiles would come around and then hit my engines, and then I would be disabled and floating there, you not being able to do anything. Right now, my weapons would still fire, but look at how small that arc is. So eventually I would turn a little bit because you spin when your when your engines get disabled. So I would spin, and then I would end up getting hurt quite a bit. And so I found having these PD lasers and even 4 to be kind of like what I preferred in a more balanced sense. But I really enjoyed playing with all these builds, and I'm just so glad that you guys mentioned this stuff because it was amazing. And then the other ship that the one ship that I did buy is this sort of frigate here, right? And this is definitely not built the way I want it to be. I would like something a little bit more, longer range on the front, kind of like this guy that's got a 600 range, along with these harpoons. And maybe I'll actually switch these to Sabos, actually. That would be pretty cool, because then we could have 2 energy weapons and then use the Sabo missiles to just punch right through the shields. And then we would be able to do damage to the armor pretty effectively with the 2 energy weapons that we have. So I think I'll probably switch these out from harpoons to be, because these finishers, like, I don't necessarily need those, right? Because we can do pretty effective damage to armor. But those Sabos, if we had Sabos on these front ones, that would just punch straight through. But you notice this pulse laser has 300 damage per second, whereas the weapon that we've got here is only 150 damage per second, and it's got a lower range too, which is kind of a bummer. So this frigate is definitely not built out the way I want it to be. I don't want these annihilators on it either. They're not bad. They're good for punching through armor, but they miss a lot, right? They're dumbfire. They just miss a lot. And so they kind of just, only like 20% of them even hit the target, I think. So I think eventually I'd like to go with a build that's more similar to this guy. And in fact, we'll probably change this up to use Sabos, because I've absolutely been loving those Sabos, man. So that's kind of where we're sitting right now, guys. So we've got this mission to deliver this fuel, and that's kind of the next thing that we want to do, is get into that. Another thing that was mentioned in the comments is Go Dark will essentially effectively do what this guy does, although it does look like it reduces the maximum burn level. Does using your maximum burn... Oh, look at that. I didn't even know that, guys. So sustained burn, not only does it increase your maximum burn level by 100%, but it also increases the range at which the fleet can be detected by 100%. That's interesting. Go Dark turns off all non-essential system, reducing the range at which the fleet can be detected by 50% and reducing the maximum burn level. So I wonder if we turn that on, if it actually turns off our transponder. We'll have to check that out. That's kind of cool, actually, because, well, we'll play around with it. I'll wait to comment on it until we actually figure it out. Okay, so let's get going here. Let's go ahead and... Can I just go straight to this mission? I don't know if that's a thing. If I show it on the map, I can just right click on it. We'll see. Okay. Let's go ahead and get our burn on, and we'll speed up time a little bit. Okay. Looks like there might be a fleet on the other side. I don't really like the idea of that. Wait, whoa, what? Oh, I accidentally hit one, guys. Prospector, it's a scavenger. Okay. Oh. That's a 1-star. Look at these guys now. That one is not, though. Look at that. That's a tough fleet. But this guy isn't. I don't really know what he is. I don't know that I even care to find out. I think I just want to get to where we're going. Oh, and we should... Oh, I didn't do the whole go dark thing. Let's go dark. So yeah, go dark definitely seemed to have an effect on that. Oh yeah, and look at the detection range. That guy wasn't even close to detecting us. That's actually pretty cool. That's cool. Look at that, guys. Very neat, dudes. Very neat. Now, we're still going through 3 a day. Okay, repairs are complete, and now we're down to only... Pretty sweet, guys. So now what happens if we go to burn? Yeah, the go dark goes off. Okay, so that's if you want to be really... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That was an enemy fleet. I don't like that. All right, let's go ahead and hit A again to get ourselves moving automatically. Boy, we are going through... All right, now which one is this? This is going into the Valhalla star system, but I don't want to go into right next to the star. Don't want to do it, guys. There's an enemy fleet right there. You see that? I saw the... Oh, it's just a trade convoy. But it's 4 stars. Look at that. Woo-wee. That's a lot of fifth. Not a lot of combat ships, though. I mean, there's lots of shuttles, but... And a couple frigates, it looks like. Some combat freighters, Cerberus, and then there's a mule. Oh, there's a Shrike. And I don't know what that big guy is on the far left. I can't remember what it's called, but it is a destroyer, I believe. All right, cool. Okay, we definitely want to turn on the transponder and make our jump. And we've got some other missions like these analyze derelict ships and stuff that I think would be cool to do as well. Okay, so we have... Oh, that's right. I can't use that. Let's look at the system here. Let's go around that sun, shall we, guys? And we'll go over to that Ragnar complex. That didn't seem to work. Okay. That's fine. Well, that's a cool sun. Look at that. It's pretty neat. Like, there's like a cloud around it or something. All right. Go ahead and burn. And we'll speed up time. Is this the right... This is the system right here, right? That's a... Those are just convoys. That's the complex right there. Cool. All right, here we are. Lost 100 fuel. Oh, it only improved by 1, guys. That's crazy. Well, that'd be a lot of missions, wouldn't it? Okay, that's fine. All right. Let's go ahead and go in here. Let's see how much it costs us to refuel. 5,000. We didn't make much money on that run, guys. Not really. Let's take a... Oh, we can't... There's no military here. At least for where we are currently. I just want to take a look at some of the ships and weapons just to see. I'm going to go ahead and go to refit. Just see what they've got for sale here. Aha, there we go. Look at that, a pulse laser. That's what I was wanting on the front. Heck yeah. And you can tell that it's black market, right? Because it's red. It also says from black market. But essentially, like this would be what I would want on here. And what we're going to need to do to mount that guy is essentially reduce these capacitors so that we're down to 50. And then now we have 5 points to spare because the weapon that's on the front takes 5. Now you can see we got 5 ordnance points available. Wait, I'm silly, guys. Forgive me. Let's go to the ship that we actually want to buy that on first. Let's do that. And then instead of taking it out of capacitors, what I can do is take it out of this hardened subsystems. I don't actually know which is better. Because what would it cost us? We're down to a 3,000 capacity from a 4,000. Yeah, so I suppose we could leave that and then take off this combat readiness hull mod. And now switch out to the pulse laser. That gives us twice the DPS and an extra 100 meters of range. I like that. So we're going to keep that. Now we're one step closer. What do we have available here? Yeah, check this out, guys. We got sabos. Yeah. Now the range is only 1,200, but that's the same as our Annihilator rocket launcher, right? So we're not really losing anything there. Also, the cost is 4, which is the same. And these are pretty awesome, I think. I really like them. Now, you guys can let me know if you think I should go with these Harpoon MRMs instead, because that's what we've got on the Harbinger. But that is a I don't know. I don't know which one's better, but I really like the ability by the Sabos to just like punch through those shields. And they also have EMP damage, which can disable. So I think we are going to go with the Sabos here. And now I think we're pretty darn close to the same loadout. We may actually... So that's an ion cannon. How does the ion cannon compare to this dude? Boy, I wish there was a way to see that. So let's see. Flux per second is 60. Flux per second. Wow, these are much higher in flux per second. But the damage per second is what, 152 as opposed to, yeah. So it's basically triple the damage and almost triple the flux per second. And I think, boy, I don't know. The flux dissipation that we have on this build is just kind of not as lovely as I'd like it to be, if you know what I'm saying, guys. I mean, the ion cannon is okay, but I think I do, yeah, I think I do like this better with those sabos, in combination with those sabos, because once we get, oh, these are harpoons though. Yeah, let's switch these guys to the sabos. So now we got the sabos to punch through the shields, and then we got really high DPS for this frigate anyway to kind of get through that armor. All right, and then what do we have? The same thing on this? Yeah, we have the same exact build essentially now. Cool, guys. Okay, so I think is there any difference in our builds here? So we can get rid of the capacitors here, because I think we can just add this coil adjunct, because I think that's more effective. So let's do an experiment here. So at 55 points, we're at 4250 capacity. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Does the hull mod actually add something other than just that? No, it doesn't. So that's not actually better. Not as efficient as flux capacitors. Do we have flux capacitors? Oh, no. These are the capacitors. So I think that's basically just to give you... Interesting. That's to give you more flux capacity on top of what you can get using capacitors. Okay, so let's get rid of this guy and let's just fill up here. Cool. And I think what that tells me is that we should do the same thing here. Get rid of the adjunct and then go with flux capacitors all the way. Very cool. Now I'm very curious. If doing the same thing here. So we're at 6,600. Yeah, look at that, guys. Sweet. Hey, you learn something every day, as long as you're paying attention, I suppose. Oh, but you know what? Actually, we can just start dumping more points into vents. Yeah, there we go. Cool. I like it. I like it a lot, guys. I like it a lot. All right. Looking good, guys. Looking good. Now what to do with these things? Oh, man. We need to get Sabouts a better ship. He's not even in there yet, so it doesn't really matter. And obviously, I'm not going to put him in before I put you guys in. But this is whatever this ship gets upgraded to over time, which hopefully eventually will be awesome. Boy, I should really tweak these ships too, but I don't really care about those. The combat ships will definitely be more active about repairing, though. Okay. Let's go buy some stuff since we were going to do that. We're still full on fuel. That's interesting. Oh, right, because we already bought fuel. Gosh, I already forgot that, guys. Jeez. Jeez, guys. Jeez. Are there any weapons here? I'm going to keep the ones that I might potentially use in other builds since I've already bought them. And we'll just put them somewhere. We've got a lot more storage available to us at this point, so I'm not as worried about that. Okay. I guess we could buy a few more supplies while we're here. Don't really need a ton of them. All right. That's good. Where do we change the names of these ships? I would have thought it'd be here, but it should probably on the refit screen. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now, Quasar also requested a ship. So let's go ahead and put you in the ISS. Actually, it'll be the VSS, right? Pulsar. Okay. And we'll get you a captain at some point. And I'll basically keep anybody who wants to be in the show in the strongest combat ships we have. Unless you have a specific request. If you want me to put you in a very specific ship, I will put you in a very specific ship. Okay. So at this point, we are ready to rock and roll, I think. So let's get out of here. And let's just take a look at the bar and see if there's anything available. Nope, nothing going on. Okay. What else do we got in the system? Do we have any missions available here? So we already... I just hit A to deactivate that, but... let's take a look at new. What do we got? Analyze station and analyze derelict ship. Oh, that's interesting. Smuggling. I've never done any of that. I don't think I'm going to do that right at this moment. Now, what is this? Oh, that's just showing up on the map. I see. This takes 30 fuel. It's 5 light years away. It's a 20 credit. It's a reward of 20,000 credits. Whoa, look how far away that is. Oh, yeah. That is probably not where we're going right this second. Yeah, I don't think so. That's where we are. Well, let's just fly around the system a little bit, maybe, and see what's going on. Maybe there's some... Oh, cool. Wait, what? Oh, that's a binary star system. That's cool. Oh, that's pretty neat. Yeah, let's just... I'm going to fly around and check out some of these stations and stuff, right? There's a nav buoy there. There's a station there. Tritech. I don't think we've ever interacted with them before, so let's check that out. Let's see what's going on with these boys. Oh, he knows that we did some black market stuff, but look, he can't catch us. Sucker. What a meanie. Okay. Looks like we are at Mimir Siphon platform. Your fleet transmits identification codes. Oh, we've already seen that before. Not on this particular station, but we don't need to read that. Okay, let's take a look at the bar. Introduce yourself to the Tritech woman and try to land some investment credits, huh? Oh. Let's see, a Tritech careerist sits at a spotless table, sipping something expensive looking. Let's introduce ourselves. Whoa. No. I mean, I suppose we could take some investment capital, but look at the interest on that. That's nuts. That's nuts. So I suppose that would open up the opportunity to buy a couple destroyers. That's fine, but I just don't think that that's... I'm not really worried about that. I'm not worried about getting into a bigger fleet fast. I think if I was a veteran player, I might be able to use some of these high-interest loans to really accelerate my growth quickly and be able to bring up my ability to make money. But I'm definitely not going to be doing that right now. Not right now, guys. It's not what I be trying to do, guys. It's not. All right, let's see if they've got any ships for sale or anything. Might as well. Mostly just freighters and stuff. Does look like they have a wolf frigate for sale. That's cool. I do like me a wolf frigate. What do we got on the black market here? Ooh, a fast carrier. Cool. Heavy frigates. Now, I haven't tried any of these heavy frigates yet, so that could be something that we could definitely get into. We certainly have... I think the credits available to do that. What does this guy have? 2 small energy and then 7 small energy. Whoa. Oh, it's high tech. That makes sense. Okay. I think high tech seem to have lots of energy weapons. Speeds up the flow of time on board the ship. Generates a significant amount of flux when used. Oh, that's cool. That's interesting. So it's like their actively used skill gives them flux, and they have a ton of energy weapons. Huh. Rare experimental hull developed by Tritech. Oh, so this is Tritech stuff. That's pretty neat. And then, what is it? So what's the CR on this guy? 60. And then the Centurion heavy frigate is about 55. And that's cool. And let's see, what was the... Oops. Just want to go to open market. And what does this guy have? So 55 is about what this frigate has. The Wolf. So 55 and then 60 on the Scarab. That's pretty neat. I like that. Cool. So we could absolutely buy that. But I think what we'll do is just take what we have here already and go and explore the system. Let's check this out, see if there's anything going on over here. Then we can check out these other planets over here. And there is another nav or jump point. I should learn to call them what they're called. Yeah, so let's head over there, see what's going on. A mercenary patrol, that's kind of neat. Yeah, so just an asteroid field, right? There's nothing here. We need to look for, like, fights, right? When, you know, people that are fighting. There's a hegemony world. Now, I wonder if these worlds have anything, right? Like, there's no real faction there, so I don't know if they're, like, colonizable. Yeah, it just looks like they're not used. Like, nobody has them, so I don't know if there's anything actually going on there. Yeah, you can establish a colony. That's actually pretty cool. So we're not going to be doing that quite yet, but it looks like any of these fully surveyed worlds, yeah, kind of neat. So where do we want to go? Let's go to this hegemony world and see if they've got anything interesting for sale or anybody interesting at the bar that we want to interact with. Oh, there's another mission that came up, but I bet that's pretty far away. Let's take a shuttle down to the bar. Nothing going on. And let's see if there's anything that we want to buy. Oh, I forgot to look at the ship refit screen at the last place to kind of look at the black market, you know. Although I don't know that we need to. You know what's interesting, guys, is I'm thinking about it now. I'm pretty sure that place where we bought the Sabo pods for the other ship the 2 hounds, we probably could have bought one for this guy, right? Yeah. So I think we missed out on an opportunity there to buy ourselves the weapon that I wanted to have here. That's all right. Oh, you know what we could look at, though? No, nobody has a needler. Oh, that's interesting. Is this a hybrid turret? How do I tell? I mean, it must be because it's showing me like other options, right? But I would have thought I'd be able to see mousing over it. Design, no, that just shows me the weapon. So if I clear that, yeah, it shows me what it is. That'd be interesting. That'd be nice to know if you could just, I mean, I guess you can kind of tell because of this, right? I don't. All right. Back to where we were. And I guess let's take a look at some ships here. I would like to get a Sunder. I like the way those look. I do want a Hammerhead, though, I think. Here's another Shrike. Pirate, Light Destroyer. Look at that. Only 26K? Boy, guys. I kind of feel like we should get one of those dudes. Yeah, look at that. I mean, it's basically like the same combat strength as a mule. We should probably get a mule for the SS Abouts. Oh. We're sitting at 75K. We got a little bit of a buffer. Yeah, I think we could buy one of these. Let's do it. Why not? We've never bought a ship from the black market, so let's buy one. We're probably going to get in a lot of trouble for this. But whatever. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. I think we're going to get in a lot of trouble for this, actually. I have a feeling they're not going to be happy. All right, let's see if we can auto-fit. We're definitely going to allow black market purchases. And we certainly are going to strip before auto-fitting. Okay. I don't remember what the difference is between these two. Needler, Heavy Blaster. That's got the Sabo SRM pod. Oh, cool. I can just look at this, guys. I didn't even need to go play with it. I can. Oh, it was just to test it. But now that I've tested it so much, I think I'm familiar. Familiar enough. Yeah, those are both pretty similar. Also very similar to what we came up with. Yeah, so let's see. Heavy Blaster and an Ion Cannon, or a Light Needler and a Heavy Blaster. I like this one. Okay. Now, it definitely didn't have what we needed available. It's got a Mining Blaster. Oh, this might have been the wrong station to buy this stuff at, guys. We'll be modifying this build as we get to other stations. Yeah, because it's just got nothing. Look at that, just absolutely nothing. That's fine. And I think what we'll do is once we have it fully kitted out, we'll switch the Harbinger over to be this guy here. Now, can we move these? No. What about if we go to the fleet screen? Can I move that up here? Yes. That's fantastic. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to like just shift these guys around a little bit. So, oh, and it looks like there's actually, you can just do that to swap it. No? Huh. I'm not sure why those little arrows are showing up. Doesn't seem to really do anything. Okay. And that's a combat freighter, so I guess we might bring him into combat if we absolutely need to. Okay, and then I will leave this one in the front, I guess, so that we know. Actually, it doesn't matter. So once we get to the point where this guy's ready for combat, we'll make this the VSS Harbinger. We'll switch those over, and then if anybody wants to get in and be a pilot and have a ship that you've named or whatever, just feel free to let me know in the comments, and I will kind of like rename these guys. Okay. Let's go ahead and repair. We might as well buy fuel legally to make them hate us a little bit less. Not much less, probably. Whoa. What? That was weird. I thought I held down control and it just automatically like bought all of them instead of what it normally does, which is fill up your crew hold first. Oh, you know what it is, guys? My mouse actually double clicks automatically sometimes, and so it essentially was like me control clicking twice. No big deal. Okay, we're down to 50K, but I think that strike will be good. I think once we get it kitted out, that'll we'll definitely have quite a bit more available firepower, and then maybe we can get a couple more of those frigates, and we can start taking some more combat engagements too. I'm excited about that. So we could find some pirate fleets or some of those rogue miner fleets that were over in that other system. In fact, that would probably be a cool thing to do. All right, so I think we're ready to get going here. There was nobody in this at that station that we really wanted to talk to. Is there anything else? It doesn't look like there's any other. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any other planets or anything that we can go to. We are at some point going to have people harassing us, I'm pretty sure, about our black market activities, since we've kind of had quite a few of them at this point. All right, it looks like there was some kind of fleet interaction here. Nobody's left. Of course, I don't know what these are. Can I just do an active sensor burst and that will kind of like show me? I thought it would show me what these are, but I think it only shows you once when they're derelict ships. So I think we can go ahead and do a salvaging mission here. Oh, it says high risk, huh? Because there's not a lot there. Oh, whatever, let's try it. Yeah, because of this debris field density, it's so low. So I think we'll just leave. We don't need to do all that. What is this? Oh, there's a mud skipper over there. We can certainly head over there and check it out and see if we can pick this guy up. Consider ship recovery. Mud skipper Mark II. Oh, that's a frigate. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and recover this guy. Lasting damage, ill-advised modifications, compromised storage. Don't really care about the compromised storage, I don't think. Ill-advised modifications. Let's go ahead and recover it. The Laser Hawk is part of our fleet. That's cool. Let's check it out. That was definitely not the right button to hit. Okay. The Laser Hawk. What's going on with you, buddy? It has no defenses. Yeah, we're gonna sell that. Only it has one large ballistic. Like, it doesn't have anything other than one large ballistic. So, wow. I wonder how much damage you can get out of a large ballistic. That sounds like an interesting frigate. Just basically one weapon and no shields. Like, it's just like, and 30 ordnance points. So I think these are 55. Yeah, so it seems kind of, yeah, it's got less ordnance points than the than this guy. So we'll definitely be taking that in for to sell it for sure. Okay, where do we want to go now? Do we have any? Let's just check our missions really quick. That is a new mission. Where is this guy? Way over there. Yeah, no. Although 70K, that seems like it's quite a bit of money. And then this one was... Oh. Why did that flash red like that? I don't really know. I think we should try to go get that guy. It's 20K. Looks like it's independent, right? So we're not going to get any faction with anybody. And then I think also we probably want to kind of see if we can find some pirates in Samara. Although I didn't see I didn't see, or frigates rather. Is it pirates? Not pirates. That's 2 days only though left on that, so I don't really know if does it spawn ships in there for you, you know, or is it that we could fly around that system and there's nobody there at all? And then these are bounties, it looks like. What does this say? Pirates operating from this base. Okay, so this is actually a pirate base, yeah. Oh. That's interesting. Pirates have been targeting colonies and shipping in Samara star system. Oh, cool. The pirates are based out of... That's neat. I didn't know that was actually a thing. So let's head to Samara. Let's check that out. Why not? Let's see if we can get into some hot pirate action, boys. Okay. That's actually pretty cool. Let's go ahead and head here to the Typhon gravity well now that we're close enough to the system. Let's go ahead and jump in, turn the transponder on, and jump. Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. What is this? Bounty hunter? I'm sure this guy's gonna come say hello. Somebody's gonna come say hello at some point. Let's see what's going on here. I don't see any debris fields, so I'm gonna fly around the system and see if I can find some pirates somewhere. Let's get into some pirate action. Yeah. But it says like where they're based out of, right? But I think they could jump in at any point. Let's take another look at that and see if it has any clues. All of these colonies are affected. But is it essentially saying that I need to go to the Mat Astrome or the Bell Star system? Right? Like, do I need to go there in order to find them? Because I'm sure they're going to fly here. I don't really know how that works. You guys can definitely let me know how that works, because I kind of feel like maybe in order to really deal with this pirate issue. Oh. Yeah, the Bell Star system. So there's even a bounty there for the pirate base. But it doesn't... Is this it? Yeah. So there's a pirate base there that there's a bounty for, but they're kind of operating out of that and heading over here. So we may actually have to fly to Bell to get into some engagements. I don't really know. I'm really nervous to do stuff like that, but I want to start getting into that, right? I mean, I need to figure out like what kind of fleet size we need to do something like that anyway. Oh, he's emergency burning to catch us. Yeah. Attention, your fleet matches the profile of the suspected smuggler posted by Sphinx authorities. So Sphinx obviously doesn't like us. So let's go ahead and allow the scan. We're at 22, so we'll see if we lose any. There's no contraband detected. Okay, that's fine. Look at this. This is Sunder and... Oh, look at the captain levels, though. Oh, cool. Oh, wow, they have captains on all this stuff. So we need to get to the point where we essentially have, like, you know, a couple destroyers. Look at this attack cruiser. We need a cruiser. You know, we just need to be able to match these fleets. Not that we're going to fight them. Okay, cool. So it doesn't look like we lost faction with them. That's fine. And we are repairing using supplies. Oh, we should sell that. We should sell that frigate for sure. Let's go somewhere we can sell that frigate. Oh, right back to Sphinx, which is right where we were close to. Okay, we made it to Sphinx. Now, before I repair, I wanted to see what these ships sell for, right? So let's go to Fleet with F. The Laserhawk sells for 1,033 credits. Now, if I go to... No, it's not there. I don't know how to repair without like leaving this menu and going here. So then I hit A, and then we'll go back to fleet. Basically, it's the same price, so it made no difference. So definitely don't repair because it's just a waste of supplies, right? I mean, how much did we... I didn't even look at what we paid to repair this thing. But anyway, clearly that is not what we should be doing. Now, one thing... that I noticed someone said was you can strip these guys. It doesn't look like there's anything that lets me do it there, but we can go here. Oh, he doesn't even have a... Oh, yes, he does. He has a Hellbore cannon equipped. So we can strip this thing. Wow, 16 points. Whew. That's a big old gun, boys. That's a big old gun. What is that? 900 range, 250 DPS. I don't even know, like, I'm not familiar with any of these guns. Wow, look at that. 350 DPS, 900 range. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's take that off. Let's go back to fleet. Oh, but the thing is, like, when you strip them, it lowers the price. But that's fine. We're just selling the whole. That's okay. It'll be just fine, guys. It'll be just fine. God, I don't even know if those are worth getting at all. I also don't know if that gun that we just saved is worth saving. So we'll have to see. Okay. So I'm just going to keep flying around and seeing if I can find some pirate ships somewhere. Okay, so here's something cool that I should show you. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys know this, and I really should be a little bit, and I'm trying to be a little bit better about this, by the way, is looking at your actual mission. Oh, it went away. When a new bounty popped up, there was like a little icon here, and if I clicked on the face, it actually brought me to that log. Now, here's what's cool. It's showing me what kind of ships it thinks he's got. And I don't know how accurate this is, but essentially, I think this is a good way to sort of judge. Okay, look, these guys have got 2 of these Enforcer strike destroyers, and I think those have like 100 and something for their OP, so they're pretty strong. I think we could take one of them with 2 of our destroyers, right? Or 2 frigates and a destroyer. And then they've got a bunch of these combat freighters, these Cerberuses. Now, these Cerberuses are not, they're no match for our frigates. So I think as long as we match a frigate per one of these dudes, and then this is pretty junk. This combat freighter is pretty junk, and these shuttles aren't anything to worry about. So I think if we had like 4 Hound frigates and 3 destroyers, fleets like this would not be a problem. And I think that's kind of just why I wanted to mention it, right? Is I think that's kind of where we want to be to take some of these contracts, is just 1 more Shrike or 1 Hammerhead and probably 4 frigates. And then I think we can take a look at some of these other pirate bounties, right? Like, or wait, is that? Oh, bounties. That's what we want. Bounties. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Here's a personal bounty. See, I think we can take this dude. For sure. But where's he at? He's in... Does it say? It's probably showing me right there. The Fiery Constellation. Is that what? The Fray Constellation. So he's basically right there. Okay. It's hard to tell. I think it actually centers on him, so it shouldn't be hard to tell. Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. So when I clicked on that personal bounty, it actually centered right on this guy. Cool. So yeah, I think we could certainly start taking advantage of some of these. Now that's quite a ways away, so it's a lot of fuel. We need to have like at least probably 500 fuel, I think, before we're thinking about going places like that. But that we definitely have a fleet strong enough to take that dude. But maybe some of these guys are closer. So still 100 fuel though. But we should keep our eyes out for that, right? Like this one right here, right? 100 fuel. I think stuff like this, we should definitely keep our eye on that. And once our fleet is strong enough, definitely start doing some of that, because I think we're getting closer to that point, right? I mean, we've got 2 light attack destroyers, and we just want, I think, maybe 1 Hammerhead to complement those. What is that? A survey a Tundra World. Ooh, what's this? What is down here? Let's go ahead and turn our burn off. Let's check this out. Oh, that's a fight. Is that a fight? Or is that just a debris field? Looks like it's just a debris field. Might as well scan it. Ooh, a Cerberus. Let's go ahead and consider recovery here. Why not? Recover that bad boy. And I don't think this field is worth salvaging, right? Because this, you know, the effectiveness is 3%. Just doesn't seem worth it. Yeah, somebody already salvaged that field, maybe. Privateer, patrolling. Yeah, there's just nothing in this system that we're really interested in right now. Because it looks like all these pirate engagements have already happened without us. Okay, might as well go ahead and sell this ship, right? I did buy a couple more weapons for the Spacefarer. We're still working on getting that guy equipped. He's still missing quite a few. Really, we only were able to buy 2 of those IR pulse lasers to be on these 2 front turrets here. But yeah, let's go ahead and sell this dude because we really don't need... Actually, I didn't even look at the weapons that were on this guy. Let's just take a quick look at that. I don't even know if he has any. He is a combat freighter, so he probably has something, maybe? No, it doesn't look like we were actually able to salvage any of those. Oof, look at all those. Alright, let's go ahead and sell this guy. For a whole whopping 742 credits. Oh boy. Okay, we haven't found any pirates yet. So I think I'm gonna just try going to maybe a star system we haven't been to. We've been to Galatia. Oh, there's actually a world here in Corvus that's a pirate world. Oh, let's check that out. I think somebody actually mentioned Corvus in the comments. Let's check out Corvus really quick and just see if there's anything fun that we can do there. So this is interesting. We just ran into a ship that I believe might be running dark. I'm kind of curious. I kind of want to ping him. It is a smuggler. So when we identify these as smugglers, what does that mean? Like, can we engage these guys? What was that? Oh, scavenger. It didn't seem to have let us. Oh, the pirate activity's over. So here's what I was talking about. Like, these show up here, and if you click on these, it'll take you straight to the map. That's actually really nice. I like that. You know, it's funny because as I'm learning the UI more and more, I'm actually beginning to like it. And so I think what's interesting about that as a system is I think as non-intuitive as some of the stuff is, oh, there's a pirate on the other side. Let's go ahead and jump, and let's just see what we run into. There's two unidentified fleets engaged in battle. Which I think is fine, right? Neither one of those fleets has any chance of threatening us, I don't think. Actually, I've never engaged a freighter like that. And they're both one's 1 star and one's 2 star. So I kind of wonder, like, what happens when we do that? Okay, let's do it, guys. Let's make this the Ludic Watchers hostile. Why are they hostile? That's a smuggler. I mean, I don't care about the Ludics. Why are they mad at us? Let's get in here and... Okay, here we go. Port of origin, Tigris City. How many OP is this guy? I'm very curious. 28. Yeah, and then he's got a combat freighter, 45. A brawler gunship, 50. So that guy is equivalent to a frigate, essentially. Yeah, this is definitely not a fight that I think we're going to have a problem with. And then the combat freighter, which is why we'd bring ours into the fight, finally. Okay, so let's take a look at this. If this fleet does not reach its destination safely, it will cause a shortage of the commodities it carries. In addition, its loss would reduce the accessibility of Tigris City by 5% for up to 3%, or by 5% up to 3 months. This fleet is either operating in a legal gray area or behavior falls outside the accepted norms. Engaging it in battle will not cause immediate hostilities with the faction it nominally belongs to. Who does it belong to? It says independent, so I don't think it belongs to anybody. Though it will slightly strain the relationship. The independent fleet carefully maintains its distance, keeping ready to disengage. It's aware of your identity due to your fleet's transponder being turned on. I mean, I don't really understand what this does. Accessibility. So I think we'll leave them alone for right now. Let's turn off our transponder. We don't need that on. Autopilot. Okay, let's get over to the next system we're headed towards. What is this? Oh, he's traveling to Sphinx. Oh, we could probably burn. We're not burning at all. Oh, we're moving pretty quick. Boy, every time I see these fleets, man, I get so nervous because the one time that we ran into one and got blowed up. Okay, now I don't want to go straight to the star at Corvus. Let's get over here to one of these other stars here. Sorry, one of the planets, rather. Okay, let's go ahead and jump and turn the transponder on. What is that? Delivering recreational drugs and harvested organs. Yeah. And it's a 3-star, so I don't know that we necessarily want to tangle. An abandoned terraforming station? Oh, I see. This is, I think this is what somebody was talking about. This is like, we can just put whatever we want here. Yeah, we can just have infinite storage here. Huh, interesting. That's kind of cool. Okay, let's take a look at the map really quick and see if there's anywhere we want to head. There's a pirate station here. I don't know how we would do anything about that. And then we've got Jangala, which is a hegemony military system. So let's go over here and see if they've got, maybe they got some work for us. Well, we found somebody at the bar. A concerned-looking woman is sitting at a corner table, glumly examining her tripod. Let's talk to her. Okay. So she's got food that needs to be delivered to Chalcedon. She's paying 11,000 credits. Your fleet's holds can accommodate an additional 227 units of cargo. So it looks like we can take it on. So, and it only gives us 1, but it does give us 11,000 credits. So we might as well take it. I mean, why not? Let's go ahead and accept that contract. Of course, I didn't actually... Yeah, it's only 6.6 light years away. That's not bad. Okay, let's go ahead and continue, and we'll leave the bar. And let's take a look and see if they've got any weapons for us. Yeah, that's what we want, the sabos. Okay, let's buy these sabos. Oh, I don't think we can... Oh, yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. But we need to reduce this, I think, by 6... So now we should be able to buy that bad boy. We should also be able to buy it on this guy, because there's another one available for sale. Very cool, very cool. And then we want to get a heavy blaster and something else right here. If they have one. They may not have one. They do have a pulse laser, so we could certainly get one of those. I don't know that that's really... Is that any better? Oh, the range is better, so we definitely want it. 350 DPS, 300 DPS. So the range is higher. Oh, and this uses way more flux. Heck yeah, we're going with that. That's a good trade-off. Light dual autocannon. Let's see if we can switch that out for something. I don't think there's... Yeah, I don't think there's any options here for ballistics right now. So I think we'll stick with what we've got. And that's got a 600 range too. So that'll work well. It's also anti-shield. And then what do we have on that? So let's see. We've got anything back here? No. And there's nothing available anyway, so that's fine. So we're getting one step closer to having this guy built out. He's definitely... I think I want to get him to where kind of the pulsar is. And let's just make sure that we have... if we fill up on fuel... That was the wrong thing. Okay, that doesn't affect our cargo capacity. That's perfect. I didn't think it would, but that's what I wanted to see. Don't need the rocket pod. Don't need the mining blaster. And we don't need this harpoon MRM. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and confirm that. And we're at 38,609. So after refilling our fuel when we get there and refilling supplies as needed, we'll see kind of where we end up. All right. And we are going to head back here. We are definitely going to head back here to Corvus to check out the pirate base, right? Because there's a pirate base here. Obviously, we don't like that. Let's see. It would be under important, wouldn't it? Okay, so we'll go here. Hit S to show us on the map. And we'll head right here. Oh, it looks like there's a pirate planet there too. That's cool. So we can actually do the same thing over there probably. Cool. Allow the scan. 22. Okay, let's go ahead and leave. Doesn't look like we took a faction hit. That's great. Okay, we've shown up. Let's go ahead and turn our transponder on. Get in system here. Looks like there was actually a pirate fleet right out there. So we could probably come back and check that out. A beholder station. I don't know what that is. We'll have to check that out too. Let's see. And there's another abandoned space dock here too. Looks like it might have some salvage next to it. Or at least a debris field. Well, this is interesting, guys. We just got here and I have no idea what to do with these supplies. I thought I'd just be able to come over here to the station. I guess let's look at the mission. Deliver a quantity of food from Jangala to Chalcedon, which is under Ludic path control. Okay. To make the delivery, either dock at Chalcedon openly or approach it without attracting any attention of nearby patrols. I mean, I definitely docked with it. There's nobody that seems to want to talk to me about this. Maybe it's the last one that I haven't talked to? Mercenary officer? No. Oh, wait, what? Hiring him? What does that do? Is he actually... I don't know. Depends. What can you do? Oh, he's a pilot. He's a dude for our team. Ha ha. Oh, man. Super cool, super cool. I have no idea if he's any good. Reckless. I don't know if the personality is any good. Reckless. And I guess we'll find out because we're going to buy him. This is the first one we've seen, so we're definitely going to pick him up. Yeah, it looks like he's already got some skills. I'm not familiar enough with the skills to know, you know, what those are. But it does look like he's aggressive to a fault, often disregarding the safety of their ship entirely in an effort to engage the enemy. I don't know that I like that. I don't know that I like that. But we don't have any pilots yet. I mean, I think we probably need one. Okay, so I don't know why we can't turn this in, but we're going to figure that out. And we're going to go back to the and check out that pirate base that was in Corvus. And we're going to do that in the next episode, guys. So what I need to know from you is, should we pick up this officer? Like, should we just do it? Because I kind of feel like we haven't had a pilot yet, and we need to bring people in. And so I figure we should just get him. But maybe Reckless is just so bad that it's never worth it. I don't know. So let me know in the comments section below what you think about that. And stay tuned, and thank you all so much for watching. I had a ton of fun with you guys today. It was a bit of a longer episode, I think, and with more cuts because I was kind of just wandering around figuring stuff out. But hopefully that's not too bad, and you guys don't mind the cuts. And there wasn't a lot of action today, but we did get it. We didn't get any fights at all, really. I couldn't find any fights except for that one pirate that we just ended up seeing right now. But we did find a pilot, so let me know what you think about that, guys. Hey, and if you had as much fun as I did, let me know by crushing that like button, as it means the world to me to have your support. I really appreciate it. And as always, guys, I can't wait to see you for some more gaming shenanigans. Love ya!